that was good fun. So I've offered my services to help maintain the communal lawns and pathways around the site. I'm doing it because obviously it's fun. Also just to help out a little bit because I'm on top of my bits and bobs, so I've got spare time, so I thought I'll give them a hand. It's taken me over 2.5 hours, but I was going dead slow because I'm really scared of like the narrow paths and I'm not sure where I can fit down and stuff, so I'm sure that'll improve as I get used to it. Another thing is because I wanted the grass for my compost bin, so I'm hoping it's gonna fire up the compost bins with some extra grass and stuff. I only have to do the mowing maybe every month or so because it's on a rota, so you know, every month I'll have a great big dollop of grass cuttings. So this is what I got from the site today. There we go. So I just reverse into this spot here and then dump my grass. So that's just from cutting around all of the paths and stuff. So it's a nice big dollop. It's actually really heavy. It doesn't look a lot, but it is. So I'll be excited to get that in my compost bin every month. See if I can lift it. Oh yeah, just about. Put that in there. I've got some shredded paper at home as well, so I'm going to mix this with grass. I'll bring it down tomorrow, and then hopefully that will fire up the heat in the compost, because last year I had no heat at all. Get my thermometer out. I'll pop that in there. Hopefully we'll start seeing a bit of heat. The moment, let me show you. Okay, so this is the starting point for the season. Bugger all. And then we'll see if I can really get it cooking this year with the grass clippings that I'm going to pinch. I'm just in my shed because it's absolutely boiling, so I've got my factor 50 on and my hat on. I'm not very much of a sun lover, to be fair. I'm kind of more of a cloudy day kind of girl, kind of gardener. So now we're down the plot. I want to put some carrots in. I'm getting into this companion planting malarkey. There must be something in it, so I'm going to put my carrots in the same bed as the onions and net them. I might do a couple interspersed with the leeks, and then just like a couple of rows on their own. We'll put the plank down. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Let me crack on with that then. So I planted out some leeks as well the other day. As you can see them in the little holes there, they are only tiny clusters of 5 leeks. And I let them grow on in clusters and then just harvest the little leeks. You don't get massive, great big leeks or, you know, with loads of white on it, but they're still tasty. And then this is a bit of lettuce I've interplanted and some radish and some spring onions and stuff. So I can highlight the rows so I don't end up booting these leeks over. So I think I'm going to put a row of carrots down this section here, down there, and then maybe a couple in here, and we'll see how wide the net goes, see if we can cover it over. In fact, I should probably put the net out first, shouldn't I, so I can mark the area. Yep, I think that's a good idea. That's what I'm going to do first. Okay, so that's all the anchors in, and I've tested them so they fit the hoops as well, which is really annoying. I found 4 that don't actually fit the hoops. So if you know of any way to increase the size of the holes, because they're really small, otherwise I'd have to maybe put a drill bit in them. But if there's any more, then I shall be sending an email anyway, so hopefully they'll send me out some replacements. Anyway, I've put the anchors in. I'm just going to go along now and put the green hoops in. And then we'll sow some carrots. Actually, I should probably sow the carrots first, otherwise I'm going to be stuck in hoops, aren't I? So I'll sow the carrots now, okay? So I just put a plank of wood down just to help keep the row straight as I'm going along, like that. Right, I'll just water all the way along the row so it's got some where it's going to sit. So the first row that I've sown was these Foster's seeds. They're a free trial carrot variety that I got free with the giant onions I bought from them. So I've done a tub at home and I've put a row down here, so that's the first one. And then the second one, Chantenay red core ones. There's 500 seeds in here, so I'll sow a few now and then a few later on in the year. Got till August for these, so this is the second row going in. I just sow these nice and thin, so there's less thinning out. I've got nice new netting, so it's not as bad this year with all the less rips in it. It's a bit wood chippy there. I hope they grow there. We'll see. See if I have a gap in the row. That's it, and I'm just going to work my way along. Just popped in the shed for a slurp. It's absolutely boiling out there today. So all I've got to do now is put the bendy hoops into the anchors and then pop the netting on, and then I've got little green clips that'll keep the netting in place. Hopefully I'll start at one end and work my way across. I'll have another slurp and then I'll get back out there. Oh, I haven't got very good hand-eye coordination. Come on, get in the hole. In the hole. Oh, God. What I have to do, put one down. That's it. One done. I think these anchors would be good for raised beds. 1 and 2. In you go. One more to do. There we go. And you get in as well. Oh, this one's a bit funny shape. It's all buzzed up on the end. It's all broken on that end there. I think the finish to these rods is not the best, to be fair. Not a happy bunny. Okay, let's start this end. It's always fun, isn't it, putting nets on your stuff. This is supposed to be cut to size, so should go over nice and be nice and tidy. So there's 1 metre between each hoop. What I think that was a recommended metre or something like that. So it should be okay. Oh, look at that, perfect fit. Beautiful. And then you get 4 pegs at the end, the metal pegs. I don't want to do it too tight because I don't want to rip the netting straight away, especially when the wind starts picking up and yanking it all over the place. And you have these little clips, clip on. So there we have the finished product so far. Nice and tight all the way round. I'm a little bit concerned about this in the net there. Hopefully it won't be a problem. It's like some kind of seam that goes all the way along. Quite big holes on there, so I'm not sure how that'll fare. I'll seal it all the way around properly when they're germinating, because I'm just going to be lifting this side up every 5 minutes anyway to check underneath the plank. As soon as the plank's removed, I'll seal this side down properly. For now, it'll be okay. I've only put hoops, clips on the 2 end hoops because when I just pulled one off to try it, it was snagging the net in as well. So I had to kind of like scrape the net in to get it back into place. So that's not good. Yeah, so we'll see how it gets on. Right, another little job I'm going to get done today is erect my bean supports. I mean, it's far too early for beans and everything yet, but I want to kind of see what space I've got left and see what it looks like, basically, and have a fiddle around with the layout. I've got one pole up there already. I'm just going to put another one up because I've got some dried beans to sow as well as runner beans. So I'll have one for runner beans, one for the dried beans. I just need to make sure I've got enough room left over for the little dwarf French beans. So let's go and have a look, Zoe, see if we can fit another little TP in. Let's have a look. There you go, there's the first TP there. So I'm just going to do the same again, but maybe in this little section here, and then have the end section for the dwarf beans. I forgot what this flower is now, but it hasn't flowered. I planted it last July and it still hasn't flowered, so if it doesn't do anything then I shall pull that out and make a bit more space, but I don't really want to do that just yet. Right, anyway, let's put this other support in. So now I can see what spaces I've got left. So I've got a little gap at the back for something there, a little gap here, and then I'm going to do some dwarf French beans across there. But I also need access to these as well, so we'll have to see what it looks like when it grows. So there's the peas. I could even probably get another row up there, but I was thinking about harvesting from this side, you see, so when I'm walking up here I can get to the peas on this side as well. So that's, at the moment, that's gonna stay like that, I think, but we'll see what it goes like. I'm trying to learn a little bit more about companion planting as well, so I've got a few bits in the ground at the moment that I've read that are like love growing together and or suit the conditions together. So I've got peas and coriander growing. I've got broccoli with beetroot and spring onions. I'm not sure if the spring onions were companion, but they're filling a gap anyway. And then I've got some leeks and lettuce. They seem to grow okay. I made a rookie mistake by putting my sweet peas with the alliums, with the onions. Apparently legumes and alliums don't like each other, and I was going to move them, but actually it'd be an interesting one to see. So let me show you what the peas are looking like now, and then we'll see as they're growing. So these are the sweet peas. I do think they are actually struggling. They've been really slow to take off. I've got ones that are dying down there, ones that I've had to pull out which were down in this section here. Oh, and there's another one that looks like it's about to die as well. So I don't know if it's something that I'm doing or if it's is true about the alliums and the legumes. So we'll see what happens. So last little job of the day, I'm just going to fill up my water butt because it's empty already. Like I say, the compost is fab over the top, and there's probably moisture underneath, but the top layer that you plant your seedlings into is just dry, so dry. So I'm going to give everything a good water, fill up my water butt and head home. So thank you so much for watching. I'll leave you with some footage of me watering the plot. Enjoy. Take care everyone, bye bye.